And we are back here on the GSMC Football Podcast. And for the final part of the show, we are now going to preview the rest of the late window games here. So we got four afternoon games. Obviously, we talked about the Sunday night game already. So we'll get into the other games. So we'll start off with the Raiders and the Vikings. So interesting when it comes to this game because the Vikings, they were talking about how they were going to evaluate the quarterback position during their bye week because Josh Dobbs came off of a performance that was terrible, 4 interceptions against the Bears a couple weeks ago. I would imagine that he is going to start this game. They're getting Justin Jefferson back, which is huge. So to kind of compare the two teams, the Raiders and the Vikings. So the Vikings are 5th in passing yards per game. Again, was helped by Kirk Cousins. The Raiders are 21st. On rushing, Vikings are 28th. Raiders are 31st, which is very surprising because of Josh Jacobs and the season he had last year and how they just, I don't know what's been going on this year. Then in terms of points per game, Vikings are 15th. The Raiders are 27th. And then on defense, Raiders defense is 12th against the pass. Vikings are 19th. Rushing yards per game against the run. The Vikings defense is 7th. Raiders are 25th. But the Vikings really don't run the ball well, so I don't think that really matters. But we'll see. Points allowed, Vikings are 8th. And the Raiders are 16th. Raiders are 3-point underdogs at home. I think I'm going to take the points here. I don't feel great about it. But, the way, Josh Dobbs performed a couple weeks ago, and actually against the Broncos too on the road, it hasn't been great. So, getting Justin Jefferson back is huge. I think the Raiders, at least cover the number. I'm at least going to take them to cover the number just because I don't feel great about the Vikings recently. But, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it'll be a close game, and hopefully the Raiders cover. Then we got the Seahawks and the Niners. So these two teams met a couple weeks ago on Thanksgiving. The Niners winning 31-13. Seahawks were 7-point underdogs in the game. I think it opened up at 6, but then it went to 7, I believe. Now they're 11-point underdogs in San Francisco. When you look at you compare the stats of the teams, the Niners are 8th in passing yards per game. Seahawks are 14th. Niners are 5th in rushing. Seahawks are 27th. Niners are 3rd in points per game. Seahawks are 14th. Then on defense, the Niners are 16th against the pass. The Seahawks are 25th. Against the run, the Niners are number 1 in the NFL right now. And the Seahawks are 22nd. And then points allowed, Niners are 2nd. Seahawks are 25th. So, it's a divisional game, but I think the Niners are going to continue their dominance over Seattle. I think they cover this number. It's a big number. The Seahawks could put up points, but, the Niners are rolling right now, and I think that's going to continue in this game. So I like the Niners to win and cover this number. So now we go to the Bills and... Actually, no, we'll wait. We'll go to the other game first before we get to that. Broncos and Chargers. So... Chargers coming off of a 6-0 win over the Patriots. Yes, 6-0 against the Patriots on Sunday. I've talked about that already, but it's just crazy that was the final score. Broncos coming in at 6-6, coming off of a tough loss against the Texans. Russell Wilson threw up that pass to Adam Troutman, but it got picked off in the end zone. They had a chance to win the game, but it just. It didn't happen. The Broncos' losing streak got snapped. So they're 6-6. Chargers are 5-7. Broncos are 2.5-point underdogs in this game. Comparing the stats of the two teams, Chargers are 12th in passing yards per game. Broncos are 29th. The Broncos are 12th in rushing yards per game. The Chargers are 25th. And then points per game, Chargers are 11th, and the Broncos are 15th. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Broncos are 24th against the pass. Chargers defense is 32nd, rushing yards per game. The Broncos are 32nd against the run, and Chargers are 17th. And then points allowed, Chargers are 19th, Broncos are 29th. But the Broncos defense has been playing better. The Chargers offense has kind of been, the last couple games has been struggling a little bit. Only putting up 6 points against the Patriots, and then only putting up 10 against the Ravens. So, I think they're going to put up points here against the Broncos. Broncos are going to have to score. They during their winning streak, they kept it close, and they really weren't playing from behind. But here, last week against the Texans, they were playing from behind, and they couldn't come back. So, we'll see, how this game plays out. I do like the Broncos in this game. I think they're the better team. They got the better coach. But again, it's going to be a close game. So, and I'm not good at picking 2.5-point games. But I take the Broncos just because I, trust them more than I do the Chargers. So, I will take the Broncos in this game to win. But this is an important game for the Chargers because, if they want to make a run here, they got to basically win every game. And, right now I kind of favor the Broncos over them. So then we get into the Bills and the Chiefs now. So, obviously, whenever these teams play against each other, there's going to be a lot of drama in it. The last two matchups, obviously the playoff game, and then last year, the Bills had their comeback win against the Chiefs. Right now it's a little different because the Bills are on the outside looking in. The Chiefs are 8-4. They've been struggling. To compare the two teams, they're both top 10 in passing yards per game. The Bills are 6th. Chiefs are 9th. Rushing yards per game, the Bills are 10th. And the Chiefs are 16th. Points per game, the Bills are 5th. And the Chiefs are 11th. And on the defensive side of the ball, the Bills are 10th against the pass. Chiefs are 5th. Rushing yards, the Bills are 20th. The Chiefs are 19th. And then points allowed, they're both top 5. The Chiefs' defense is 3rd. Bills' defense is 5th. Right now the line, it opened up at 3, and since then it's dropped down to 1.5. I'm taking the Bills here. I think regular season, the Chiefs are struggling right now. The Bills, this is a very important game for them if they want to have any shot at making the postseason. They need to win games, and I think here, they get back on the right track. They win here. It's going to be a tough game. I mean, I could see it going either way. But the way the Chiefs' offense has been struggling, and, the Bills, they played the Chiefs so many times. They're used to playing against them, and especially here. Again, regular season matchup. So I like the Bills to win a close game here. In this game, actually, there's going to be nice weather. So I think it'll be one of the best games of the weekend. I just don't really feel confident in picking the Chiefs right now. So, I took the Packers on Sunday night, and that turned out well for me. So, yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills here. So, to kind of run through my picks, at least for the Sunday matchups. So right now I got the Bucs, taking the points there against the Falcons. Then I got the Rams, not the Rams, the Ravens covering the 7.5 against the Rams. Lions covering the 3 against the Bears. Bengals winning and covering against the Colts. Browns winning and covering against the Jaguars. The Panthers covering the spread against the Saints. The Texans winning and covering the spread against the Jets. The Raiders, the home underdog, taking them in the points at home. Niners covering the spread against the Seahawks. Taking the points with the Bills, taking the points with the Broncos, and taking the points with the Eagles. So, yeah, I did take some of the favorites more so than the underdogs, but I took the Patriots with the points last night. So, because I know if you take, obviously you take all the favorites, you're not going to win all of them. But it's tough. This is another week that's tough. You just don't know. And obviously again, there's not a lot of time to make up ground. So I got to do, what I can to, get myself in a good position and get myself back in this, because like I said, the top four is in mine is what gets you prizes. But again, I still haven't won a week. I'm trying to win a week. I did win. I did finish in the top four last year in my spread pool, and in the bigger one, and I've never done that. And that was without winning a week. I never won a week, but I was consistent all year. I mean, I've kind of been consistent this year. It's just I get 7 or 8. There's been those weeks where I got 9 and 12, but I haven't had those in a while. I get 12. I get 12 out of nowhere, and then there was 2 weeks where I got 5. So just got to hope that this week is different. I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully, this week is better, and I can make a run here. There's still some time, but you really gotta. This is where you really gotta nail these picks, because if you don't, then you really don't got a shot. But like I said, mine extends into the postseason, so there are still some games, to pick. But if I'm not close to the top, there's really no point. I'm still gonna do them, just to do them, but we'll just have to wait and see. But so that's pretty much it with the show for today. However, we got another show to do in a little over a half hour. The GSMC Baseball Podcast will be live streaming at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure to tune in for that. There's some stuff to talk about regarding my team, actually. That'll be the main topic on the show today, as the Yankees acquired Juan Soto in a deal with the Padres, so we're going to go into that. Really pumped up that the Yankees did that. So that'll be the main topic of the show. We'll get into some other stuff as well, some other signings and things like that. We're still waiting on what Shohei Ohtani is going to do, where he's going to sign. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, where is he going to sign? Cody Bellinger. Maybe any big trades that could go down other than Juan Soto. But yeah, we got something huge to talk about on the show. So, make sure to tune in for that. I'll give you my thoughts on that. Obviously, if you don't like the Yankees, and, you're probably not too thrilled. But, for me, I'm excited, and obviously, I'll get into it more in a half hour. But it's something that, had to be done. And they did that. And I'm really excited. So make sure to tune in for that. I'm going to get yesterday's show reposted up on YouTube into the 4 parts today. So, obviously the live stream is up, but, that'll be reposted. Look out for the shorts that'll be coming out today as well throughout the day. But yeah, make sure to tune in for the baseball podcast, because we actually we got some big stuff to talk about, and the implications of Juan Soto now being in the American League East. But there could be another big player going to the American League East as well. So we'll talk about that during the show as well. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to talking about it, because it's a doubleheader today for me. So I gotta get my points across, and talk about what happened. With Yankees getting Soto now. So, yeah. But other than that, that is all the time that we have for today. I thank you guys for watching. Like I said, make sure to look out for the shorts that are coming out later today. Also, yesterday's show, broken down into the 4 parts. Look out for that. Make sure to tune in for the GSMC Baseball Podcast at 12:30. So, with that, as always, I'm your host, Kenneth Gruenfelder, signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I will see you guys in a half hour. If not, have a good weekend. Enjoy the games, and I will see you next time, or in a half hour. Take care.